Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We're live talking to Mo Hickey from the Park City Institute about the 14th consecutive summer concert season. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
So it's the Big Stars, Bright Nights. I love that theme from St. Regis. And you have quite the lineup this summer.
We're really excited about who we have this summer. It's an ambitious lineup.
It is an ambitious
It is.
lineup. So let's get right to the names, because I love that this has been released and now everybody can rush out online and start trying to get their tickets and figure out their summer dates. So the season opener, X-Ambassadors.
X-Ambassadors, hot young band.
They've been really popular.
They've been really popular. Their music's now on TV shows, on commercials. Every place you turn around, they seem to be popping up.
What a great way to kick it off.
So it's a great July 3rd. It's going to be a good concert to start off the week.
July 4th weekend in Park City is so fun anyway, right?
It's always a party.
Perfect complement to that. So X-Ambassadors, July 3rd. And then this is fun because I just remember her on American Idol when she was a teenager. But Kellie Pickler will be here July 16th.
July 16th, Kellie Pickler, she's back. She's a lot of fun. I don't know if you watched the American Country Music Awards the other night, but she was hosting, and she's just so much energy.
Ball of energy.
Yeah, so she's going to put on a great show.
That's and what a great venue too to see it. And then Aloe Black on July 23rd. Now I remember him from the Wake Me Up song that he did in the collaboration with the DJ, but he's actually a really accomplished musician himself.
He's an amazing musician. We had him 2 summers ago when Wake Me Up had come out.
Okay.
He put on one of the best shows we've had in years. He's just, again, fun, full of energy. But my favorite part about him is he met with 70 of the Dreamer kids from Park City individually before the show and took pictures with every one of them. He's a good person, great musician, so we're really excited to have him back.
I love to hear those little behind-the-scenes stories.
That was one that everybody, a little tearjerker for everybody.
Oh, that's lovely. And then here's a big name, July 27th, Melissa Etheridge.
Melissa Etheridge will be here. She's going to put on a rockin' show.
She always puts on a good live show.
She really does. And people were, when we announced the show last night at our sponsor party, people were really excited about that.
I bet they were. And then August 6th, the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. These are some talented individuals.
They really are. We had them at the Echo Center about a year ago. They were very hesitant to come to Utah when we first contacted them.
Why?
Yeah, we were shocked. They actually hung up on us the first time we called. They thought it was they thought it was a prank. Oh, and when they came, you know, more side stories, a number of them had booked flights for the next morning at 6 o'clock because they just wanted to get out.
Wanted to leave.
And then when they realized how welcome they were in Park City, they wanted to stay. So they're kicking off their Red State tour. They decided.
They're calling it a Red State tour.
It is. They were going to go to Europe, and after the election, they decided to go to every state that voted red.
Good for them.
And do a concert. So we will be the first show.
We are a red state.
And we're looking forward to it. And it's Arts Weekend, Arts Festival Weekend.
I guarantee that one's going to sell out.
Yes.
All right, so the American Acoustic Punch Brothers, I'm With Her and Julian Lang, August 15th.
That's going to be a big, big show. They're on tour, so Chris Thiele from Punch Brothers, Sarah Watkins from Nickel Creek, Effie O'Donnell, Sarah Giroux. There's going to be combinations of Punch Brothers, Nickel Creek, and this band called I'm With Her, which is the 3 women. And if you watch Prairie Home Companion, Chris Thiele is now the new host of Prairie Home Companion.
Okay.
And so it's all the musicians from that show. They were on tour. All of them had played here individually at one time, either at the Echo Center or at St. Regis Concert Series, and they decided to add another show. This is the last show of the tour, which they added on because they had been here before and loved the audience here and wanted to come back.
Well, I've seen so many performers when they get on stage, especially at the venue of Deer Valley, they just look up at the mountains and you have the grass, and they say, this is just one of the most beautiful places I've ever performed.
You know, every night I go out there for a show, you just stand there and look up, and it's a spectacular place to be.
As a musician, it must be amazing. August 18th, Smash Mouth.
Another big show. It's going to be Smash Mouth, actually with Cracker and the Romantics.
Oh wow, that's
so it's
fun.
A 3-band show. They put it together, the 3
They're
groups.
touring together.
And we had Smash Mouth a few years ago, and he put on a great, fun show. I mean, it's just a party.
Oh, well, and Smash Mouth is a party.
Yes, he is.
And then Five for Fighting, August 26th.
Again, we had him 3 years ago, and just you know, great, talented musicians.
And they've had some really big hits as well.
Big hits, Superman.
Superman was huge.
And they put on a really, really nice show.
And then to wrap it up on September 3rd, Josh Turner.
Josh Turner is an up-and-coming country singer who's getting rave reviews.
Rolling Stone called him a country purist.
I
like that.
We have to, every time we look at it, if you heard his voice and didn't see his picture, you would think he was an old-time country, Merle Haggard type guy.
Yeah.
He's young, as many of the women said last night. We can't wait for that concert. I mean, we were just laughing because if
female adoration.
I could not do his voice justice. You can't get that deep.
Wow.
I would say in the Trace Atkins type mode.
Okay.
That deep.
So that's obviously wildly popular right now too.
Yes, and he's going to be a fun show for Labor Day. And just a great way to wrap up the season.
Great way to wrap up the summer. I don't even want to think about that yet because I'm
No,
getting
I know,
really
we're not
excited.
even-
I know. I'm not thinking about wrapping up summer. I'm barely getting through wrapping up winter. So, and Mo, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but with the Park City Institute, you bring so much amazing art and programs and work to our community. I know in the news the funding cuts for the National Endowment for the Arts, National Endowment for the Humanities. I did not realize that Utah was one of the top states that uses a lot of this funding.
Right.
How is the Park City Institute sort of mentally approaching what looks like it's going to be a realistic hurdle?
It's really interesting right now. So Utah, yes, is a large beneficiary of National Endowment for the Arts. A lot of federal funding on a number of fronts. We don't directly benefit from National Endowment for the Arts at the Park City Institute. We do it indirectly through Utah Arts Council and different funding sources for grants that come out of the state. On the flip side, what we're seeing is nationwide, there's a movement going on to support the arts. So we're somewhat optimistic that will, and we've seen that here in Park City.
Yes.
We've had a lot of people reach out to us. A lot of people say they do want to support the arts.
How can we help you?
How can we help? How can we get involved? I think it's a crucial time. These cuts, you know, for major cities, for programs, a lot of the cuts are going to be that are really going to affect youth.
They're going to affect school programs, music programs, after-school programs.
Yeah, it's really, and that's where we're going to take long-term hits, because we're going to have students that aren't going to be getting into the arts. You take a form like dance, which is already a difficult program to sustain on a national level, and you start having those cuts, and all of a sudden dance programs start getting cut to the elementary schools, and yeah, the art form disappears. So it's an anxious time for a lot of people, especially the larger organizations, but we're trying to stay optimistic that, you know, the general public will support it, which is what's supported the arts in the United States for years.
For years and years,
Yeah. Despite whoever's in the presidency.
So for people that have seen this lineup, and I know that you're thinking, okay, I need tickets to X, Y, and Z concerts before they get sold out, how do we go online?
Okay, well, we don't go online until next week. We have member sales starting tomorrow, and that will be, you can call the box office at 435-655-3114.
Good memory early in the morning.
Or you can come to the box office at the Eccles Center next to the high school, and the box office will be open at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So member sales will be from tomorrow until Tuesday evening next week, and then Wednesday morning, the 12th at 10 o'clock, will go on sale for the general public. And memberships start at $49 and come with some benefits. So
well, that's worth it.
It's
you
worth
get first dibs on your
You do,
tickets.
and we have a lot of shows. I think we're going to see a lot of demand for the tickets, so it's.
I think you will. This is a great lineup. Thank you so much, Mo, for coming in this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
After our big press release, if you have not joined the Park City Institute, I'm telling you, you want to get first dibs on these tickets because they are going to go fast, and then, of course, open to the general public on Wednesday. We're going to take a break here on the Mountain Morning Show and be back with the People's Health Clinic and a full check of weather right after this.